Hello and welcome to Digital Farm TV Rural News. I'm Andy Walker. Back in the dairy cabinet this week, speculation churns about the Wesfarmers Coles deal with two cooperatives to provide private label drinking milk to the supermarket's retail customers. Financial analysts at Macquarie Private Wealth have described the economics of the deals with Murray Goulburn and Norco Co-ops as challenging. What Coles didn't announce was that it required a 10 cents a litre reduction in the free in-store price for milk, yet it promised to pay producers a higher farm gate price, the analyst said. In addition to this, the new capital Murray Goulburn was investing in plant would create a capital charge of 6 cents per litre. While Coles was championing the benefits of its agreements with Murray Goulburn and Norco and 2,600 members, it had inadvertently created uncertainty for the other 3,900 dairy farmers who were not part of the deal. And as we said previously, watch this space. Agronomists estimate 4,000 hectares of soybeans near Casino, New South Wales have been damaged by soybean stem fly, a pest rarely seen in damaging numbers in Australia. Department of Agriculture Senior Entomologist Hugh Breyer said on Thursday that the only other significant soybean stem fly outbreak occurred in 2009 in the Mackay region of central Queensland. Hugh Breyer said experience overseas suggested yield losses of 20 to 30% when crops were infested in the early vegetative stage, as damage caused reduced pod and seed set. He said plant stress could exacerbate the impact of soybean stem fly. Grain growers gearing up to sow crops this autumn are urged to resist the temptation to use below label rates for the new pre-emergent herbicide Sakura, with research highlighting risks if label rates are compromised. They are also encouraged to rotate the use of the Bayer product with different mode of action herbicides and to use integrated weed management tactics including crop competition and harvest weed seed control. The advice came from the Grains Research and Development Corporation, supported by research from the Australian Herbicide Resistance Initiative. The unique research, which tested the propensity of ryegrass to evolve resistance to Sakura, was conducted for 5 years before the commercial release of the herbicide in Australia last year. Herbicide Resistance Initiative Pro-Doctoral Fellow Roberto Bruzzi said Sakura provided growers with a valuable alternative pre-emergent herbicide option to control ryegrass populations, many of which had evolved resistance to several herbicides. A new Meat Standards Australia optimisation model will enable processors and meat brand sellers to customise boning runs to suit consumer and brand requirements. According to Meat and Livestock Australia, the MSA optimisation model analyses cuts by cooking method and eating quality, and then sorts MSA graded carcasses into boning runs that maximise the harvest of the cuts. The optimisation model has been endorsed by the MSA Task Force and will be progressively implemented by processors and brand owners during the coming 18 months. MLA Managing Director Scott Hansen said that while producers would see little difference in the grading of their cattle as a result of the new model, it provided opportunities to reduce costs along the supply chain. All MSA eligible cattle will continue to be graded according to the MSA model, with all 136 Cut X cook combinations calculated, he said. Finally this week, it seems both American and British government agricultural agencies have been casting favourable eyes over Australia's livestock traceability program, the National Livestock Identification System. The UK Environment Secretary Owen Paterson was full of praise for Australia's proactive stock ID initiatives during a recent visit reported on ABC's TV's Lateline. The US government last week launched a new livestock identification program to help agricultural officials quickly track livestock in cases of disease. This is the US Department of Agriculture's second attempt of implementing such a system, which officials say is critical to maintaining the security of the nation's food supply. An earlier voluntary program failed because of widespread opposition among the ranchers who described it as a costly hassle that didn't help control disease. Well, that's it for Digital Farm TV Rural News this week. I'm Andy Walker and I look forward to your company again next week. Bye.